In this video, we're going to discuss writing linear equations given a slope and y-intercept, given a slope and a point, given 2 points. We'll be using slope-intercept form and point-slope form. We'll also need to find the slope. You can do this using rise over run or slope form. Example 1, the graph below shows the remaining balance y on a car loan after making x monthly payments. So x is our number of payments, y is our balance in thousands of dollars. You can see we have 2 points. Luckily, one of them is the y-intercept. A says write an equation of the line and interpret the slope and y-intercept. Write the equation. We know our y-intercept so our y-intercept is 18. Now we can use our points to find the slope. Before you plug numbers into the slope, always suggest decide which point is your first and second and label them. So this will be my first, so x1, y1. That will be my second, x2, y2. So my slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. My slope is -3/10, or I can write it -3/10. Now that we have our y-intercept and slope, we can plug it into our slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. My slope is -3/10. My y-intercept is 18. Now, when it says interpret the slope and y-intercept, that just means explain what these values mean for our given problem. So my y-intercept is 18. Y-intercept is also our starting point, or we can say it's our initial value. Remember, this is in thousands of dollars. So we can say the initial value, or the initial amount, is $18,000. Now the slope, also referred to as the rate of change, slope is a description of how much you increase or decrease over a period of time. You can see our slope is negative, we are decreasing. So our balance is getting smaller, and it's getting smaller by 3/10 of 1,000. 3/10 times 1,000 is 300, or we're reducing by $300 in each step. Or I can say the balance decreases by $300 per payment. X is the number of payments. Slope tells us how much we reduce for each payment. B. What is the remaining balance after 36 monthly payments? So monthly payments, the number of payments, is our X. So saying 36 monthly payments, you can say well, X is 36. You want to know what is our balance when X is 36. Y is our balance. X is our number of payments. 0.3 times 36, 10.8. Negative 10.8 plus 18, 7.2. But again, our balance is in thousands of dollars. This is 7,200. Example 2. 2 prom venues charge a rental fee and a fee per student. The table shows the total cost for different numbers of students at Lakeside. So for Lakeside, this represents number of students, and this represents total cost. The total cost, Y, in dollars, for X students at Sunview Resorts is represented by the equation Y equals 10X plus 600. So for Sunview, the relationship between students and costs is given by this equation. For Lakeside, the relationship is given in values. Which venue charges more per student? So for Sunview, you can see the initial cost is $600, and then $10 per student, X is number of students. So for Sunview, $10 per student. To find out which venue charges more per student, we need to find the equation for Lakeside to see the amount per student. So these represent points, X, Y, X, Y. You can choose any two. And again, before we find the slope, I suggest labeling your points. So this is my first point. We'll say that's X1, Y1, and I'll choose that for my second. This will be X2, Y2. So slope Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. $1,200 divided by 100. My slope is 12. We have slope, we have points, so we use our point slope form. So point slope form. And again, point slope form when you're plugging in, it doesn't matter which point you use. Choose one, so I would choose that point. Let's say y minus y1 equal to the slope times x minus x1. Okay, to distribute. Add 1,500 to the side. So this equation describes the relationship for Lakeside. The initial value is 300 and then 12 per student. So for Lakeside, $12 per student. So which venue charges more per student? Definitely Lakeside. Okay. How many students must attend for the cost to be the same at both venues? Well, we think of it this way. We want to know when the cost for Sunview is the same or equal to the cost for Lakeside. The total cost is represented by Y. So we can say when is total cost for Sunview equal to the total cost for Lakeside. Total cost for Sunview represented by 10x plus 600. Total cost for Lakeside represented by 12x plus 300. So now we can solve for x, and that will tell us the number of students. Take away 10x from both sides. Take away 200 from both sides. Divide by 2. So when there are 150 students, the cost will be the same at both venues.